Hello, this is Anna Fowangali, National Practice Manager of Emverio Workplace Solutions. This series of interviews is conducted with our favourite mediators who operate across Australia. I hope you enjoy meeting Angela Franklin.
One of the case studies I'm really proud of was actually in the mining industry. There were multiple participants that needed to be involved in the mediation. It was a complex scenario because it previously had involved litigation. And the employee had been off work for more than 6 months. So a fairly difficult case in terms of his return to work. Planning with them about the best way to approach the mediations, how we strategically designed the process for the mediations from the kind of mining director right down to the employee and his direct line supervisor. And in terms of successful outcome, it was his return to work, and he actually returned to work within a 5-day period of completion of the mediation. So I particularly enjoyed that mediation because it was work again with a very diverse group, underground miners that don't talk very much. So it was a little bit challenging in terms of trying to get to some core discussion about what they needed to discuss with each other in their mediation.
You really like complex relationships and simplifying them for the parties, and then coming out the other side and making a difference to that relationship. Why does that interest you to do that with people?
So I get how damaging workplace relationships can be to your whole well-being, and I guess I care about people a lot. That's why I do everything I do in the work that I do, I guess. I actually care about a sustainable outcome for people, not just a job that I've got that's just got to be done and mediated, and we come up with a few agreements and it probably will last a week and it might fall over. There's no point doing that because that's not actually, that I think can set people up to fail more. So I do like to help people, I guess is the main reason, and to make sure they've got a sustainable outcome that's not so, not so negative on their well-being, really. Because we spend a lot of hours at work. It needs to be an okay place to be for people and be safe for people, I think. If there were 3 tips that I could give you coming into a mediation, it would be try and actively listen as much as you can, meaning listening to the tone, listening to the body language, trying to really understand the impact of what that kind of breakdown in workplace relationship has had on the other person. Also to be open to kind of creating a shift, because for a mediation to be successful and to have a successful outcome, both parties really need to be willing to move and make some changes, and they might only need to be very small changes that over time can lead to big changes. The third one, I guess, is to come with an open mind in terms of the future, because really the only way once you've actually reached the point of mediation is to move forward. So to be future focused, that's not to say that we can't acknowledge and discuss different points about what's occurred previously, to move through some of that stuff and to get it off your chest. But remaining future focused is one of the critical things, I think, in terms of a successful outcome for mediation. They're just the tips that I had.
Like, you get a lot of really good feedback, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think you get such good feedback?
Making sure that people feel safe to come into mediation, that I'll create that space that they can be honest and open with each other and have the opportunity to discuss the real issues at hand, not kind of like just a peripheral discussion around that. But of course, no pressure, because I never prompt them or anything like that. But I think that's maybe one of the reasons why. I guess I get it, the situations they're in, I can relate to. That's why I think workplace for me, I enjoy so much, is because I've worked with really complex employees and, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know, really. I think that's what it is. It's about that eliciting that trust pretty quickly, because I've always had to move into situations and literally you've got to deal with something pretty open and raw quite quickly. So it's about making people feel comfortable.
Capacity to be able to connect and empathise and relate really quickly.
Definitely, because otherwise people won't put their guard down. Because mediation, you've got to be pretty brave to come to mediation. I always do say that to them.
What do you like about working in that Emverio model?
Oh, I love the Emverio model because it's a simple model but inordinately effective because it's a short window to get it done. Which allows people to have, a really good quality intake to debrief, kind of nut out what some of the options they think might be moving forward, some of the clear kind of, breaks in the chain that's led to the breakdown in their workplace relationship. I get people to reflect on that. And then to have the mediation pretty soon after. That's what I love about the model. It's a short, sharp, effective model that gets it done. Whereas my experience previously with workplace mediation hasn't been good as an employer, where I've engaged mediators to do mediation, where it's gone across multiple days and parties have that's flooded out into discussions with colleagues and undermined the whole process. So the thing I like about Emverio is its simplicity and the timing, meaning it's a one-day model or at the very most an overnight, intakes and then overnight and a mediation very soon the next day. That seems to be really effective.
It's true that depending on the type of industry,
absolutely,
sometimes you need to sort of shape and adapt it a little bit.
Absolutely, but the Emverio model allows us to do that. That's what I love about that. And to do the intakes with each party, it gives you the holistic view of what all the contributing factors are. That's the other part about that I really like. So meeting with the HR manager or the manager that's managing the two parties to be able to get that really holistic view. Definitely respect people no matter what. And I don't have any judgment. And I think people pick that up. Judgment is one of the biggest things that you should never, I literally take my ethics and hang them at the door no matter what I'm doing, because people will sense your judgment. They read it long before you've even opened your mouth if they think you're being judged. And then they won't open up and be open and honest about stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, and this comes back to one of the reasons why I love mediating, because the practice of suspending your own beliefs, the practice of being aware, okay, I'm just making a judgment about this person right now, and being able to put that to the side and to just be with them.
That's it, Anna. I think that's the best.
It's just the best thing to be able to connect.
I just be with them and I actively listen. Obviously as mediators, we're thinking 3 steps ahead in terms of trajectory to try and, I don't guide it and I just sit with it. But exactly what you just said, I think, and sometimes we don't even realise it. It's like me talking about it, I'm thinking about it, but you don't. I just kind of do things naturally and it never gets questioned because it kind of, you just do it. But it is good to have a reflection because then you go, actually, I think that's what it might be, or that's what it might be. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to go.
I know. Now, thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Thanks,
Bye.
Jenna. Bye.
That was Angela Franklin, Emverio Workplace Mediator with Emverio Workplace Solutions. If you would like more information, please look us up on our website, www.emverio.com, or contact us at 1300 414 179. All the links are contained below. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.